fall leadership kickoff. We're really excited to see you guys here. This is probably about half of our leadership team, so take solace that there are more of us that are in this room. But I am so excited about you guys in this room, because as I've been reflecting back about like the big questions in life of like, why do we exist, and what's the purpose of even being on this earth, and your everyday thoughts. What I realized is that people are the greatest treasure in the kingdom of God, right? Everything else kind of will pass away, except for like people and our relationship with God. That's what lasts into eternity. And so when I think about leaders and I think about leadership development, it gets me really amped up and excited, because you guys are the greatest treasure that we have as an organization of InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. Leaders are so essential to everything that we do. So thank you guys for being here, and thank you for being willing to spend next year in service to God's kingdom. I truly believe that InterVarsity Christian Fellowship is one of the big ways that God chooses to reach this campus for his kingdom, and that is totally our leaders who make that happen. So we're starting today with kind of the big picture vision of why we exist as an organization on campus, right? And so everybody knows InterVarsity has a vision statement, and it's not that one. We'll get to that in a second. Does anybody know InterVarsity's vision statement? Anyone? Starts with 2C.
Oh, students and faculty transform, campuses renewed, and role changes developed. Becca memorize it for a large group.
That's fantastic. Yes, that's the big vision statement of InterVarsity, and that explains why InterVarsity Christian Fellowship exists as an organization like across our country. And that's really cool. And I think those good vision statements kind of lead us to like ask, what does it mean for a campus to be renewed? What does it mean for someone to be transformed? And those are really great questions, and that's what a good vision statement does, is it helps us think through those big questions as to why we exist, and then helps us dream a little bit about what it would actually look like if we accomplish that. But our chapter, as InterVarsity at Carroll University, actually has its own vision statement, and we did this just to be able to kind of contextualize, of the big organization. Carroll is one piece of that, and we're a very specific type of culture here. So we want a vision statement that reflects the culture that we see at Carroll University, right? And so Carroll, as we all know, is a Christian school that has a Christian statement and a Christian purpose behind it, right? But I think a lot of us would say on our day-to-day basis on campus, sometimes we see that played out really awesomely, and sometimes we see that kind of lacking in the culture of the campus. And so when it comes to InterVarsity, we want to see this campus renewed, but the way that we want to see this campus renewed is through a faith revitalization, right? There's an acknowledgement on our campus, I think, that faith is important, but I think a lot of times it falls short of what God would want to see happen for the students and faculty on this campus. And so our vision statement is what is on this document here. And it says, InterVarsity Christian Fellowship exists at Carroll University to bring a faith revitalization to campus as we see our students and faculty come to faith, grow in their personal relationship with Jesus, and share him with others. So I highlighted the important words there, that we want to see a faith revitalization. That is the reason we exist on this campus, is because we want God to come empower and impact the lives of the students and faculty on this campus. But we do that by seeing students and faculty come to faith. We see that happen as people grow in their personal relationship with Jesus, and as they share him and that relationship with other people. That's how we do it. So the reason we exist is a faith revitalization, and the way we do that is by coming, growing, and sharing the gospel with other people. So this vision statement gets me excited, but I think it's because I've gotten a lot of time to dream with Jesus and ask, what would it look like for our campus to actually have a faith revitalization? So we're going to take the next minute or two, and if you're an extrovert, pair up with someone. If you're an introvert, stare off into space and think in your internal world, and just ask the question, what would it look like if our campus saw a faith revitalization happen? So take a minute and either talk with someone else or by yourself. Ask that question. What would it look like? Together. Good job, guys. Introverts and extroverts alike. What are some of the things that you guys said? What would it look like for a faith revitalization to come to our campus? Just feel free to shout it out. Anyone?
Maybe like don't know, for me personally, I think like it's really hard to see Carroll as a Christian campus, like even though, you know, we do have that title as a Christian college, so for people to be able to see that on our campus, or maybe to actually be able to identify that, be like, oh yeah, Carroll's a Christian college, instead of like, oh, Carroll's a Christian college?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So people would like know, and there'd be some tangible reasons why people would know it's a Christian college. I think along with that, wouldn't it be cool if it had that reputation that as students were considering where to go to college, they like knew like, oh, like if I go to Carroll, that's a place where my faith will grow. Like that's cool, that's compelling. What else? What else would it look like? Awkward eye contact.
Okay, well, we talked about like just like daily lives, like be more integrated into it, like even like in classes or like what you're doing, and you're like it just be kind of known like, oh, like it involves God in something like this.
Yeah, so it's like a big part of your like daily life is walking with Jesus on this campus. Yeah. One other thing that we said, because we were both, is like that this would be impacting the faculty as well. That like faculty would feel free to live out their faith, and faculty would be also like free to ask questions or learn more about Jesus, and that would be integrated as part of what we do on campus. So students and faculty. What else?
I think all of Waukesha would look different. Like there, if there really was a faith revitalization here, like it would impact the entire community.
Yeah. Cool. Well, as I was dreaming about this, some of the things that I thought about was like, what would it look like if it was like every day there was a prayer meeting happening somewhere on campus, right? Because there were that many people who were super excited about Jesus, and then there were people who would just come in droves. They would show up their freshman year and they'd say, this place is different somehow, and I don't know what it is. And then they'd meet someone from InterVarsity because we would fill the campus, and they would hear the good news of Jesus. And maybe they grew up in a church, maybe they didn't, but they would hear it and they would have the opportunity to respond right away when they come on campus because they knew that this campus was somehow different. I think it would be our dorms, being places where Bible study's super common. It's like you walk down your hallway and you'd be like, yeah, I'm praying for, like, how's your mom? I've been praying for her. And that, like, our faith would just be known in those places. And the apartments and the streets off campus that are known for other things would instead be known as being places of prayer and places where people engage with Jesus. I think that that is what a faith revitalization would look like. And that might be crazy, and for some of us are like, wow, we are so far from seeing that happen. And that's what makes this vision statement a good vision statement, because it shouldn't be easy, right? The Bible never told us that following Jesus would be easy. In fact, we're often told the contrary, that it is difficult to follow Jesus, and that there'll be a lot of things that come up against us as we try to do that. And so when I think about our leaders, and I think about the potential we have of seeing a faith revitalization break out on this campus, it gets me excited, and it also makes me realize the sobering reality in that we are not there yet. And that's okay, right? Like, this is a big vision to see what that would look like on our campus. So we're not there yet, right? If you crunch the numbers, I don't know if you guys are numbers people, so if you're not, it's okay, but I am. And if you crunch our numbers, we stand at about 150 students that are involved in our group right now across all our different small groups. About 150 people spend at least half of, or come to at least half of the things that we do, so either large group or small group. 50% of the time, about 150 people come. If you crunch those numbers, if you say Carroll's probably about a school of 3,000 undergraduate students, give or take a few, that's 5% of the campus. Did you guys know that? 5% of the campus in our student org. That's crazy. Like, that makes me really excited. And I think there's a lot of potential in that. It's 1 in 20, right? So if you have 19 friends who aren't in InterVarsity, we've reached all of the campus if our group is doing well. But I think that that's kind of a stretch, right? And so in terms of numbers, what I would love to see happen over the next 5 years is for us to grow from 5% of the campus to 10% of the campus. Yes, I just said it. So that would make us a student group of 300 students involved in InterVarsity. Now that might scare you, or that might really excite you. For me, that really excites me. But that's something to think about. I think we actually have the potential to do that. And that's crazy. Like, when I share these numbers with other staff of other campuses that are much bigger than ours, they're like, you have 5% of the campus. Like, they just think it's crazy because this is so uncommon. But it's because we are a large group at a small school that we have the potential of reaching the whole campus through our members. And that's something I'd love to see happen, that in the next 5 years we grow to 300 students who are involved in our student group, and that each of those people have meaningful interactions with those outside of InterVarsity, that the whole campus would know we exist, and would have some sort of positive memory of someone from our chapter that impacted their life in a significant way. And that's why we exist on campus, because when you grow to a size like that, when you have that type of impact on your campus, you have the potential to see your faith revitalization happen. And so that super excites me. And like I said, in that big picture vision, the treasure in that is the people, right? Because our structures can be awesome. We can have amazing large groups, we can have amazing Bible studies, but if we don't have people who are excited about seeing a faith revitalization happen, then we're not really going anywhere and we're not getting there in any sort of good time, right? And so people are our treasure, and that's why we invite people into leadership. It's to develop you, to help you continue to learn and grow about who you are in Jesus and bring others along with you. And that's why we come, grow, and share. And so today we're having a conversation about leadership and what that looks like and what it means and how we can be the best leaders we can. And so I'm going to turn it over to Jordan. She's going to share with us, like, leadership is super exciting, and there's a lot of opportunities for us as we serve as leaders in this group. So I'll give it over to Jordan.
I'm just going to stay sitting down. So we're going to have a little bit of a brainstorm session to kind of just get our brains moving about how another leader has been a blessing in your own life, and then also how like leadership in general has been a blessing to you. So that could be in this past year, if you're a leader this year, or if you're an apprentice this past year, how like learning different leadership skills and preparing for that next year, how has that helped you to grow, or how has that process been a blessing to you? So there's the blue ones are how has another leader blessed you, and then the orange ones are how has leadership been a blessing to you. So there's markers in the front and the back, and we're just going to take like 5-10 minutes and make sure that you try to write